All right, let's get right into it. If you're a founder in Web3, this one's for you. We're talking about something absolutely essential. We're talking about the Web3 attention game. Look, I'm going to start with something that might be a little tough to hear, but it's so important. The reality is, no one cares about your NFT project. Well, that is until you do this. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're going to unpack what this is, and trust me, it can totally change the game for your project. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the big problem here. It's something I bet a lot of you have felt or are maybe even feeling right now. We're calling it silent failure. Does this sound familiar? You did everything right. I mean, you spent countless hours building an awesome product. You laid out this killer roadmap, you hit that launch button, and then crickets. Just silence. Nobody's watching. And what does that lead to? The one thing every founder fears: zero traction. And when there's no traction, well, there are no users. Nobody's joining your community. Nobody's checking out your ecosystem. Which, of course, leads to the ultimate project killer: no volume. I mean, just look at this chart. It says it all, right? Project activity, community, minting, trading, all of it basically at zero. It's a flat line. This is what it looks like when a project is completely invisible. And here's the really important takeaway. A great product is not enough. Let me say that again. A great product is not enough. Good projects fail all the time. And they don't fail with a bang, they fail silently. Why? Because nobody even knew they were there to begin with. So, if building a good product isn't the whole answer, then what is? Well, that brings us to the next part, where we're going to flip the script on this whole thing. We need to talk about the real game you're playing, the attention game. This right here, this is probably the biggest mistake founders make. You think you're in the product game. You think, if I just build better tech, if I just add more features, I'll win. But the brutal, honest truth, you're not in the product game. You're in the attention game. And here, the winner is the one with the most visibility. Just let that sink in. Web3 is an attention game. It's not always the best project that wins, it's the best known project. So how does all this attention turn into something useful? Well, it builds credibility. Think about it. Credibility doesn't come from you screaming from the rooftops about how amazing your project is. No way. It comes from where people see you. When they see you on platforms they already know and trust, that's a massive shortcut to getting them to believe in you. And that brings us to a pretty harsh reality, right? If your project isn't everywhere, then for all intents and purposes, it might as well not even exist. Okay, so be everywhere. That sounds great, but how in the world do you actually do that? Well, that's what we're getting into next. Let's talk about the mechanism for all this: engineering visibility. The first step is a huge mental shift. You can't just sit around and hope people find you. You can't wait to get lucky. The projects that win, they don't wait for attention. They go out and engineer it. And how do you engineer it? The formula is actually super simple. Distribution equals visibility. That's it. The more places you can get your story out, the more people will see you. It's that direct. But, just getting seen, that's only step one. It's the starting line, it's not the whole race. So let's look at the full journey here. The path from seen to trusted. This is like a flywheel, It just builds on itself. It all starts with visibility. People just start seeing your name pop up everywhere. After a while, that visibility turns into authority. They start to recognize you. They think, oh yeah, I've heard of them. That recognition then builds trust. And only when you have that trust do you get to the final step: users. People actually using your project. So the big question is, how do you actually kickstart this whole flywheel and do it at scale? I mean, it sounds like a ton of work, right? Well, that's where tools like Web3 Newswire come in. They're built to do exactly this. And the power is just in the sheer scale of it. We're talking about getting your project placed on over 300 crypto platforms. Just imagine that. Instead of you chasing down one site at a time, you're basically putting your project right where the attention already is, all at once. So really, it comes down to this. You have to stop waiting to be discovered and start actively trying to be seen. It's about taking control. And all of this leads us to the end here, to the most important part. It's a choice that every single founder has to make. Let's be real about what's at stake. Your tech could be revolutionary.
Your product could be the best thing ever built, but if nobody sees it, it doesn't matter. In this game, visibility isn't optional. It's not a nice to have. It is literally about survival.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Now that you know the rules of the game, what are you going to do? Are you going to actively engineer your visibility? Or are you going to stay invisible? The choice really is yours.
Subscribe and visit Web3 Newswire for visibility and credibility of your Web3 projects.